distance formula. Again, the x's and the y's, x1, y1, x2, y2, are points in a coordinate plane. Then the distance between A and B is this. We're not just talking about number lines now. So when we talk about geometry, we have to look at the coordinate plane, x's and y's, and graphing. So here's the formula. You'll see it a lot. You'll use it a lot. You'll probably have it memorized before you're done. Not that you want to. Okay. So here's where the distance formula came from. How far is it from here to here, which is the absolute value? We found distance there, which is absolute value. From here to here, we subtract them, take the absolute value. That's the distance. We learned that in the first section. Distance is just the absolute value, so it's never negative. So when we do that, that gives us here, but it's not a straight line. This is a diagonal, okay? But this is where these parts came from. Then we start looking at Pythagorean theorem, which you have used before. You've seen it, I know, in at least 8th grade, 7th grade maybe. This is B, they color-coded it here. This is C. So if you'll take and put this information into your Pythagorean theorem, these are your y's, these are your x's, this is your distance. It's not really new, it's just you're seeing it in a different way. So, with that in mind, we've got to do word problems because that is geometry, it's all real life as well. Your school is 4 miles east and 1 mile south. So if you look at a coordinate graph, east, south, west, and north, 4 miles east, okay, so the school is 4 miles east, is positive, and 1 mile south, which is negative, of your apartment. Okay, there's home. A recycling center where your class is going on a field trip is 2 miles east. The recycling center is 2 miles east and 3 miles north of your apartment. Estimate the distance between the recycling center and your school. Okay, we're going to have to graph some points. So your school is 4 miles east, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 mile south. There's the school. There's your apartment. Your apartment is home. And the recycling center is 2 miles east and 3 miles north of your apartment. So 2 miles east and 3 miles north. 2 miles, 3. There's the recycling center. How far is it between those points? So that is 2, 3. That is your x and y. You're going to put your numbers into it, into the formula, which I'm going to write up for you now. So x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. x1, y1, x2, y2. Does it have to be that way? Switch them and find out. Alright, so when we substitute everything in, x2 minus x1, so 2 minus 4 squared plus y2 minus y1, 3 minus, that wasn't what I wanted. Minus that negative 1. Alright, I got 2 sets of parentheses here. One around the negative sign and then one for that. You should be able to work with sign numbers. So 2 minus 4 is negative 2 squared. Plus 3 minus a negative 1 is 3 plus 1, so that's 4. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 16 is 20. This is where the approximation or the exact comes. If you have a calculator, it will tell you what it is exactly. That's fine. It's less than 4. It's between 4 and 5 because 4 is 16, 5 is 20. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. It's closer to 4, so I would guess 4.4. But If you don't have a calculator, your cell phone will do it. If you'll open the calculator button, turn it sideways, or leave it, it should have a square root sign, a little square root sign right here. I'm not sure if you have to type in 20 and then that, or if you type that in and then 20. You'll have to check it and see. And the assignment will be in your book. Go to Big Ideas.